Hello friends, this is Worm here with a quick clarification video in regards to Anteus Wards, because it's no secret that over the past few days I have said multiple times I don't think Anteus Wards needs a nerf. Now, I don't think Anteus Wards needs a nerf does not mean that they are not problematic, but I think that the problems with Anteus Wards stem from other aspects, and I want to touch on them today. Now, of course, we did a video like this a couple months ago talking about Anteus Wards, talking about the problem with them, blah, blah, blah. And so basically, I just want to reiterate what I kind of said in that video. So when you look at a Titan who's using Anteus Wards, right? I hope this is picking up my voice clearly because my kid here likes to play with the microphone for some reason. But when you look at Anteus Wards and you look at Titans who are using them, what is almost exclusively paired with Anteus Wards? It's Striker Titan, and more specifically, the Juggernaut aspects, okay? And what makes Anteus Wards problematic is the fact that you can close a very, very large distance with a shotgun at basically no cost to you, the Anteus Ward user. And it's frustrating to go against that because you can be sitting there picking down a Titan as he's 20 meters away. You break that Juggernaut shield, he runs in a little bit closer, then he slides, your bullets are deflected back at you, so now you're taking self-damage, and it can shotgun and shotgun you and kill you, and that's very difficult to deal with, and I do think that is problematic. But I think that's more of an issue with the Striker Titan, not Anteus Wards, because if you take Anteus Wards and pair it with Solar Titan, Strand Titan, Stasis Titan, blah blah blah, whatever, anything besides Arc, it immediately drops in its value, right? It drops in its value tremendously because you don't have that same level of survivability to close in with a shotgun, right? Here is the first change I would say should happen, and the primary change, I should say should happen to Anteus Wards, or not really to Anteus Wards, but to Striker Titan when paired with Anteus Wards, and it's quite simple. When Reflective Vents is active, hold still, Bubba. When Reflective Vents is active, when Reflective Vents is active, remove the Juggernaut shield ability, right? So, of course, I know that some people who don't main Titan are going to say, well, that's not going to solve the problem because there's still going to be a blah, 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 blah. But remember, Reflective Vents is not the actual shield itself. Reflective Vents is the name of the buff that you get after sprinting for a short duration that will eventually become the shield that you get, right? So, when you're sprinting, basically, if you have Juggernaut on and Anteus Wards, you will never be able to use Juggernaut shield, right? Because Juggernaut, if I'm not mistaken, takes the same amount of time to activate as Reflective Vents takes to activate with Anteus Wards. So if you have Juggernaut and Anteus Wards, you're never going to be able to use Juggernaut, right? And it's all about trade-off, right? You get either, hey, you get a free overshield that costs your class ability, but you can sprint and it can be active, for a generous amount of time, blah, blah, blah. Or you can get a more on-demand, much shorter, much more precisely timed shield that's not tied to losing your class ability. It's all about trade-off, right? And I think that change alone would immediately fix the problem that we have with Anteus Wards. Because like I said, the problem with Anteus Wards right now is not that they, reflect back at you. It's not that every Titan uses them. It's the fact that Striker, when paired with Anteus Wards, or specifically Juggernaut, when paired with Anteus Wards, is very frustrating. But there is another change as well that I think would, help the situation. And that is the fact that Shoulder Charge can still be used after a slide. Again, I don't know why this is still a thing. Like, I'm pretty sure at one point in Destiny, this was not a thing, right? You couldn't slide and then shoulder charge, and then Bungie changed it so that you can slide and shoulder charge. So the combo that players can do is Juggernaut, right? Then they slide, they shotgun, and shoulder charge. And I mean, that's a free kill, right? Juggernaut, shield goes down, they slide in, you reflect bullets back at yourself, so now you're already taking self-damage. Then they shoot you with a shotgun, and if that doesn't kill you, the shoulder charge does. I think that shoulder charge should deactivate at this moment you stop sprinting. This includes sliding. This includes, after shooting shotguns. Like, it includes all this stuff, right? It should only activate while you're sprinting. right? And I think fixing that issue would again help the situation, because now you'd no longer have a situation where Titans can just run at you with their Juggernaut Overshield and their Anteus Wards and their shotgun and their shoulder charge to get a free kill from 20 plus meters away, right? That's the two biggest changes. There is one other change that's, I think, I don't like the idea of it, because I think it would kill the identity of the exotic, but that is remove the actual reflective ability of reflective vents, right? So make it where you don't take self-damage if you're shooting a Titan that slides into you with Anteus Wards. Because I think this happens a lot more than you think. I was playing last night in the Crucible, and I was watching when players were using Anteus Wards. I was watching closely, and when I would shoot them, and they reflected bullets back at me. I mean, even if one or two of those bullets hit, that makes their shotguns take effectively less pellets, and they can hit one-shots with shotguns from longer ranges. And of course, if you eliminated the reflective aspect of the reflective vents, or the reflective aspect against bullets, that would help alleviate the issue. But again, I think that kills kind of the identity of the exotic. But yeah, I think the main thing that we could do for Anteus Wards is really just ensure that Juggernaut Titans cannot use Juggernaut and Anteus Wards at the same time. Everything else I think is fine. Like Anteus Wards, they are a, almost a weapon specific archetype, right? They are shotgun specific. They ensure that you win your shotgun duels. Like that is what they're good for. I don't think that really needs to change. I mean, I get that, like, it's frustrating when you go in for a shotgun kill and your bullets are just deflected back at you and you get shotgun by somebody else. But let's be honest, shotguns are some of the most frustrating weapons in the game, regardless of what class you're on, right? If a hunter slides shotguns into you, it's something, like Stompies, if a warlock slides shotguns into you, it's Icarus Dash, blah, 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 it's all this stuff. It's not, that's the way Destiny is, okay? But I neglected to mention that there was a problem with Anteus Wards yesterday, but I don't think Anteus Wards themselves need the nerf. I think the other things need the nerf. But of course, let me know your thoughts in the comments on this. We will have a video, of course, dropping later today. I just wanted to get this one out there because I was watching yesterday's video and I did neglect to mention that, there was an issue with Anteus Wards. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. Of course, like the video, share it with all your friends, blah, 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 blah. Subscribe for more daily Destiny content, including the video for later today. And that's it from you guys. I will see y'all in the next one. Bye for now. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. You just can't hit the microphone. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Say bye-bye.